Hey everyone, so this is my review for what was I doing again? So it's been 13 years since Finding Dory's predecessor, Finding Nemo, has been released. Ever since Ellen DeGeneres announced it 3 years ago, I believe, we've been waiting for this film to come. My expectations was that when the film arrived, I thought to myself, is there really a story to tell, or are you just milking your cash cow? But I was wrong, guys. There was actually a story to tell. We didn't know where Dory came from, or her story, or her family life, and despite the fact that Dory has been helping Marlin finding his son, we still don't know much about Dory and where she came from or where her family is, and we've been wondering that for so long, and finally this is a film that tells the story about Dory. This film takes place during the events after Finding Nemo, not very long after it. Dory all of a sudden remembers that she has a family and that they're out there somewhere, either in the ocean or somewhere, and she has to go and find them so she can find out who she really is, where her family is, where she came from, and she also wants to see her family as well. So later off in the film, Dory goes off to Jewel Bay, California, where she comes across this marine life exhibit where they capture sea life, which are not very well, and they cure them until they release them back into the ocean. Sort of like a SeaWorld life resort. First of all, I just want to say that this film, as soon as this film started, I was already hooked. And the reason why is because of baby Dory. So adorable. Usually Pixar films or Disney films usually show the character when they were little kids so they can suck the audience in already because of its cuteness. And I'm thinking, oh, very clever, Disney. However, that scene's not just there to be there, it's really important as well, and there's more baby Dory scenes in this film. Now, what they cleverly do is that they compare the present to the past so that you can find clues. There's the present with Dory and Nemo and Marlin compared to in the past with baby Dory and her family, her parents, and she's really cute, she's really fun-loving, and you're wondering, how did the baby Dory escape from her parents? And you're trying to learn from those clues once it goes back to the past. And that's a really clever thing that Disney Pixar did. And the baby is very adorable, however it has a flaw. It's very forgetful. It's suffering from this condition of short-term memory loss as Dory does. Throughout the entire film, Dory suffers from short-term memory loss. And when you're watching this film, you can either be annoyed with it. I mean, imagine hanging out with Dory in real life. If I was hanging out with Dory, I would not, I don't think I would have the patience to hang out with her. But that's the thing, really. This is the condition that she suffers from, and that we can sympathize with her, but also at the same time laugh at her. And it's a real struggle as well. And despite the fact that we're watching Dory and we're laughing at her, we can all be Dory sometimes, and that's why we connect with Dory. I just wonder, how is this going to work? How is Dory going to be a main character when she keeps forgetting things? Is the story going to go back and forth? Are they going to keep playing that shtick of short-term memory loss too much? No. They played it really perfectly, and I was engaged with the story as well. Dory's still that fun-loving, funny fish that we fell in love with back in 2003. Speaking of back in 2003, Finding Nemo, its characters are also back in the sequel as well. They have a chance to shine, they really do. And I really loved Marlin as well. I really enjoyed the fact that he's reminiscing on his past in Finding Nemo, where he had to travel all the way from the other side of the ocean to find his son. Now he has to go on another adventure, and you can see how tired and exhausted he is that he has to go on another adventure and deal with Dory, because it's just really funny, and it brings back memories as well to come back to his stressed life. I do sympathize with Marlin. If you're expecting Nemo to shine in this film, he does shine. He is sort of the voice of reason, but it's not about Nemo, and that's what makes people be concerned of this film. This film is not entirely about Nemo, but what it cleverly does, as clever sequels do, is remince on the past of the predecessor to the sequel. As much as I enjoyed seeing the old characters in Finding Nemo, I also really enjoyed the new supporting characters in Finding Dory. You can see these characters, they remind her of her past, and you can delve deep into Dory's life and how she was when she was a kid. You also see Hank as well, and Hank was really impressive. I really enjoyed the complexity of his animation, because a fun fact, guys, it was almost impossible for Pixar to animate this character due to his tentacles and everything. It's just, these characters are so good. They're very interesting as well. You're engaged with them, you fall in love with them as much as you do with the old characters, so I had a really fun time watching them. Now, here are the issues that I've had with this film. So, Hank, let's go back to Hank. As much as I enjoyed him, I just didn't enjoy his character arc. I mean, in the beginning, he's so eager of not wanting to go back into the ocean because he has like an issue with the ocean. He's had like a lot of memories in the ocean. I was really looking forward for the film to tell me why doesn't he want to go back into the ocean. But the film does not explain that. Although he does develop, the film does not explain why he does not want to go back into the ocean. And I thought that would be clever if they did tell that. It would work well with Hank leaving the ocean deliberately, Dory leaving her family accidentally. That would link well, and that would show like a message, like don't leave your family behind. But the film did not explain that. That's why I thought that his character arc and his character development was a little bit rushed. But I really enjoyed the friendship between Hank and Dory. They were very fun moments to see. Another issue is information accuracy. I know, I didn't have really an issue with this. I actually didn't know. But when you look at Bailey, who was voiced by Ty Burrell, and he was a great character. I really enjoyed him. When I saw the scene where he was doing his echolocation, I thought to myself, that is fascinating. I actually thought that whales actually do that. Turns out that elements of echolocation that they portrayed in the film were made up. This is what I'm trying to say. This film's way of portraying marine life information is not accurate. So if you're a fan of the marine life, if you're a marine biologist, then you're not going to be impressed with this film's lack of information accuracy. But hey, it's a Disney Pixar film. It's a kid's film. Just make sure that your kids don't dig deep into the information that it's trying to portray. For example, buying fishes. This film sends a message of fishes trying to go back into the sea. They don't belong on land. They don't belong with humans. I mean, Finding Nemo, they portrayed the humans as the bad guys, but in Finding Dory, since it was taking place in a marine life resort where they capture fishes that are sick or hurt or injured, they cure them and then they release them back into the ocean. So that's something different that they did with Finding Nemo. That was very interesting to see. In the end, guys, I would just say that Finding Dory was enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. It was very fun. It was very heartwarming. And I really enjoyed seeing the characters from Finding Nemo as well. And also portrays a really good message about not giving up despite the difficulties that you have with this mental condition or whatever condition or whatever pulls you back. And it's also fun to see Dory embark on this journey, which she meets these amazing characters. If you're expecting a rehash of Finding Nemo, that's not it. It's not about Nemo, it's about Dory now. It's a different chapter, it's time to move on. However, it does reminisce on the past of Finding Nemo to Finding Dory, which explains the moral of this story, and that's what I really enjoyed. I'm gonna give Finding Dory a 7.5 out of 10. I recommend this film to fans of Finding Nemo. I recommend this film to fans of Pixar or any Disney film. If you're a fan of Disney films, just take your kids to watch this film because it's really good. It's really fun to see. And also, be sure to wait until the credits end because you're going to see a really interesting scene at the end as well. So guys, Finding Dory, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Did you think that it was better than Finding Nemo or vice versa? Whatever you think, comment down below, share me your thoughts. And also while you're at it, feel free to drop down below your favorite Disney Pixar film. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my movie reviews. Until next time guys, just keep swimming and have a great one.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ship